Sure, Anthony's my name. I'm from Australia. I got to this place because I decided that after 22 years of marriage and a divorce, I decided that I wanted to find my other half overseas. And I did some research, and my mother's Czechoslovakian, or from the Czech Republic. So I wanted to find a Slavic lady. I originally started looking there, and then I came across Dream Connections and thought that was a better fit for me. And a few months later, I was in Ukraine, and here I am. And then I found this beautiful lady, Inessa.
Значит, моя подруга Яна живет в Калифорнии, уже нашла мужчину с помощью вашего сайта, фирмы Dream Connection, и как бы очень уже счастлива. И она мне предложила, когда они оформляли документы со своим мужчиной, я ее случайно встретила в маршрутке, и она говорит: Инна, ты еще свободна? Я говорю: да, я свободна. Она говорит: ты хотела бы познакомиться, может, с мужчинами там, с Америки или с других стран? Я говорю: ну, это можно попробовать. Вот. Ну, я несколько лет как бы ходила, ну, как бы не встретила до нынешнего момента как бы своего мужчину, и, видимо, это было не зря. И я благодарна вам, что нашла прекрасного мужчину. Вот. Благодаря вам спасибо.
Sure. I run my own two small businesses. I have a few staff. I live on the Sunshine Coast, which is about an hour and a half north of Brisbane, which is one of Australia's capital cities. I work fairly hard. I have my whole life. I've run several businesses. I was originally a chiropractor before I ran my own business, but my business is still in the healthcare field. We still work in that area. I don't work as hard as I used to. I've got pretty good, capable staff, so it allows me to come here and I've been here I'll be about 5.5 weeks in Europe all up. I've changed plans. I was going to go back to the Czech Republic on Monday, but Inessa and I are now going to Kiev and Lviv tomorrow. So we're going to spend another week together, and then I'll go back to the Czech Republic a week later. Yeah. Before I came on the trip, I've got a little black notebook. I always keep all my business notes in and all my other notes, and I actually wrote down the exact woman that I was looking to meet. So I've written it all down. It's probably about a page long. And then picturing what I would do when I get here and what the steps would be. And really, to be honest, so far it's become true. As I told Inga when I first came, I wanted to find my other half when I came here. And the other thing I said was, after I found her, I wanted to take her on a trip. And it was going to be back to Prague or somewhere else in Europe, but Inessa doesn't have an international passport, so we're not stuck. We're lucky to be in the Ukraine. And on our first date, our very first date when we first met, Inessa said that she wanted to go to Lviv, and I've always wanted to go to Lviv, and I promised her on the first date I'd be taking her to Lviv. We definitely connected on the first date.
Ну, я работаю преподавателем декоративно-прикладного искусства с детьми. То есть мы занимаемся живописью, рисованием, с пластилином, с детками в детском центре развития. Также я люблю очень творчество, разнообразным творчеством занимаюсь, создаю одежду женскую. Вот. Искала мужчину внимательного, заботливого, такого человека, с которым комфортно и поговорить, и помолчать, и вот, чтобы чувствовать друг друга. Как бы. Ну, я это получила.
I know Anthony for about 3 months already because we started to talk with him on Skype long before he even booked his flight to Europe and to Ukraine. And also Anthony was very curious about learning Russian, so he booked some Russian lessons to be more confident when he is here in Ukraine, when he meets different ladies. And of course, I knew Anthony very well, and I knew that he is a very nice man. And I was looking forward to meeting him in person because, you know, Skype is Skype and meeting in person is a little bit different. So when they first met, date was very nice. They had chemistry, they had connection on the very first date. And when I was already home after the date, after this long day, he texted me, Inga, you know what? I think she is the one. So on that very first date, I knew that Anthony really liked Inessa because he thought she's the one.
Well, I thought Inessa was the one from when she first walked up, even before I spoke to her, because obviously she's very beautiful and she looked very beautiful. I remember what she's wearing. She had this beautiful blue dress that her mother had knitted for her. She had the same boots she's got on today, and she looked very hot. And then we sat down, and hopefully I charmed her with a bit of my Russian that I've been working on with Inga. And I must say that has helped me a lot. I'm still basic Russian, but I learned a bit before I came, and I've learned a lot since I've been here. And I would recommend to any of the guys coming over, I would highly recommend they do the Russian lessons, because does it impress the ladies, Inga?
It impresses them, wow!
Yeah. So it does help. And then you can also communicate a little bit with the locals and when you're ordering food or whatever else you're doing. And then we sat at the table and the eye contact was pretty intense. And I think from then the connection started. And I met some lovely ladies on all the dates. But after the first date, the connection was much stronger with Inessa than anyone else, and she was the one from the first date. And I told Inga at the end of that date to cancel the other dates. But she said, no, we have to go through the process. And I was a bit reluctant to go on some of those other dates, but we pushed through. But I think after the third date with Inessa, I said, no more dates. Yeah, I had decided. I decided on the first date, but the second and third dates had confirmed it.
Ну, впечатление, значит, первый раз, когда увидела, он мне понравился даже как больше, ну, на фотографии не так раскрывается, да, вот человек. Очень внимательный, интеллигентный, очень, ну, как видно, образованный. И у нас очень много тем было для разговоров. То есть я много рассказывала о себе, конечно, о своем творчестве, и его это заинтересовало. Мне это понравилось, что это его заинтересовало, потому что, ну, это для меня важно, чтобы мужчина разделял мои интересы. Вот. Также мы с ним в Одессе посетили много музеев, галерей, как бы, и видно, что ему это интересно, и мне, естественно, это интересно. Это важно, когда есть общие интересы, и можно больше проводить вместе время. Вот. И каждый раз, каждый день мне нравится все больше и больше. Вот. Понятно, есть проблема, чуть-чуть барьер из-за того, что я не очень хорошо знаю английский язык, но благодаря программам в телефоне, как бы, да, это очень выручает, и надеюсь, как бы, да, дальнейшее, что я больше изучу язык, и мы еще больше друг друга будем, ну, общаться, легче будет. Вот. Спасибо.
We had the emotional connection on the first day, and we had some physical connection on the first date as well. From the time Inga asked us to sit down to take a photo, we very lightly touched hands. Yeah, on the first date. So the connection was definitely there. And then, obviously, apart from Inessa's stunning good looks, and the fact that she's beautiful, was that I was very impressed with her, what she does. So She's an artist. Most of the clothes that she wears, I don't know about today because I haven't seen that dress. Most of the clothes she wears, she makes herself. She's a really excellent, talented painter. She's given me one of her paintings. And she's a musician as well. So they're the qualities I don't have. I don't have any qualities in painting or art. But that's what really attracted to me as well. Not only what she looks like, but also her qualities that she's got that I don't have. I was very impressed with all of that. Yeah. So that was one of the things that endeared me to her, was those extra qualities. Yeah. So that was very impressive even on the first date.
Хороший вопрос. Но то, что ему интересно не только внешне, что ему интересно мой внутренний мир, это первое. И также мне понравилось, что он, как бы, да, вот он занимается там медициной, бизнесом, что он всесторонне развит, что у него и нравится и искусство, и мода, и, ну, то есть очень-очень интересный человек. Богатый внутренний мир, вот, так скажу.
I chatted to Inessa and obviously Inga, and we decided that we would go to Odessa for 2 nights and 3 days, and it's been the most wonderful trip. It was wonderful having Inga with us for the days we did, but now we've had to communicate on our own. So with my basic Russian and her basic English and obviously Google Translate, we've been able to get by. We've had a wonderful time in Odessa, seeing all the sights, going to the museums, going to the ballet. It feels like I'm 19, 21 again. That's how it feels to me. Yeah, lots of restaurants, lots of coffee shops, lots of tea, all of that. And then tomorrow we're going on a flight. We're going to Kiev for I think 2 nights and 3 days, and probably Lviv 3 days and 3 nights, and then we come back. Yeah, so I'm sure that'll be even more of a highlight than Odessa. I decided to do the IQT for 2 reasons. One, I already had my travel arrangements booked. I was coming to visit family in the Czech Republic, and I already had that booked in, and so that didn't match in with the March tour. I would have just missed out, and I didn't want to change my flights. And then I thought about the group tour, and I thought maybe for me the IQT would be better. And then obviously I started communicating initially with Chris just for a couple of calls, and then I obviously Arena for 1 call, and then I obviously spent time talking to Inga. And Inga definitely sold me on the IQT. Like what she gave me and the advice and the discussions we had even before I'd paid was more value than what I'd paid for the whole tour. It was wonderful. So when it came time to paying for the IQ, I didn't put down a deposit, I just paid for the whole thing up front. That's how confident I was with Inga that she would find me what I was looking for. And yeah, we had numerous Skype calls and numerous Russian lessons. She still owes me 2 Russian lessons. I've still got 2 to go. So we didn't get a chance to fit them all in. But yeah, I think I was sold on the IQT because of my relationship with Inga. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, look, I would say it's definitely real. And I spoke to a couple of guys that had done the IQT before me, and one of them, the advice they gave me was be open and be honest. And I think that's the best advice. Just be open and willing to accept what happens. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It'll happen. Go with the flow, and I'm sure if they come and do the IQT, they'll get a wonderful experience. Thanks, Spasiba. Spasiba большое.